This analysis is of a basketball session focused on shooting. The warm-up says as follows: running in the court, slight change in direction, dynamic stretches like opening the gate, swinging arms, little sprints, finish with full body stretches. This is a good way to get the body activated and ready for the session. Getting your body loose, getting your muscles to work. The first practice is a basic layup so you can get used to shooting. You will line up before the basket so you can dribble up to the basket and attempt different shots, whether you push or roll into the basket. You can attempt different dribbling and different shooting. The coaching points are line up the ball with the corner of your eye, shoot as you jump with a hand guiding the ball and the other pushing. Bend your knees before you jump. I believe this is a nice first practice. It's very smooth, very mellow, not too intense straight away. Just a basic exercise for you to get used to developing muscle memory, so you know how to shoot. And when you're running in a basketball game and when you're trying to score points, this is a good way to get yourself used to it. No obstacles, no contestants, just you and challenging yourself. And this allows you the freedom to execute different types of shooting, different types of dribbling, low dribble, high dribble, medium dribble, fast dribble, hook shots, roll off shots, real layups. Shooting from different distances if you're more confident than the layup. Um, and the coaching points are nice because these are the type of things that the coach is going to be telling the participants to try, just so they can get a better result out of it. Um, I think it's suitable because of the shooting practice, which is always good, and it's effective because obviously you're teaching them how to shoot, and this is just the first practice. However, it might not be too practical because in a game you're not always going to have a free shot. You're going to have contesters, defenders. So to make this better, you could possibly add a defender every once in a while, or if the group is getting confident at laying up, you could add obstacles, or you could call out different shots they have to do last minute, so they have to really focus and expect anything. This could possibly make the exercise better. The duration is 5 minutes, could be longer, could be shorter. I mean, it's just the first exercise anyway, so they're just getting used to shooting. Um, so the second practice says, in this second practice, you will start parallel to the hoop, a couple of meters away. You pass the ball diagonally and start running in a curve in the opposite direction. Then receive the ball and shoot from where you receive it. You then collect the ball and take the bouncer's position. The goal with this exercise is to be able to move and get yourself into good shooting positions, which is kind of like a game. To make this harder, we may add a defender to make the shooting harder. Coaching points: be aware of your surroundings, bend your knees and stay relatively low. Line up the ball with the corner of your eye, shoot as you jump with the hand guiding the ball and the other pushing. Bend your knees before you jump. This exercise I like more because it shows development in the session, and it shows the essence of not sprinting in straight lines when you're on a basketball court. You wanna go in different directions. You wanna make different types of movements to confuse the defense and get yourself into better positions. So I like the specificity of running in a curve and using a teammate because you're not playing basketball on your own. You shoot from where you receive it. This shows that you need to make quick decisions and be effective with making quick decisions because sometimes you just won't have enough time to decide what you want to do with the ball. Um, Obviously, the goal is to get yourself into good shooting positions, which is always good. Any basketball player should be training this, uh, which reflects a game situation, which makes it very practical and suitable because you're practicing shooting as well as being in a game situation. Um, I believe it's effective because if it becomes too easy, then you're adding a defender, which is not reminiscent, very representative of a game situation. Therefore, you will develop your decision making, quick thinking, and your abilities. Consequently, uh, it's pretty good exercise. This one is 5 minutes. I believe this should last about 10, just because this would give participants more time to get better and improve on their shooting and decision making. However, you could also say that it's good that it's 5 minutes because then you have to really use your time wisely and try and get the best results possible. Um, the third practice says half of the team is shooting, the other half is defending in an area close to the hoop. The defender passes the ball from the baseline and runs to defend, while the attacker has to receive and react before the defender has an opportunity to defend. You should get your shot off before they can block you. This teaches you to think and act under pressure without falling in that trap. The coaching points are keep knees slightly bent. Make sure your eyesight is at an angle whether it's peripheral or direct eyesight. You can see both. Try to work quickly so you're never caught out, and shoot from the corner of your eyes. Make sure your elbow is at 90 degrees. Um, for this exercise, I like the fact that it's 15 minutes long because it's a very progressive exercise, and it only gives you an opportunity to get better. And it's quite a broad exercise, which gives you time to focus on different aspects. Um, I think it's effective because in a game you're always going to have a defender on you, and the only thing worse than having a defender on you is knowing that there is a defender coming at you. Um, this is very effective, I believe, because you have to shoot knowing someone's coming at you rather than them being there. Because when they're there, you can try and brush them off or dribble past them. Whereas if they're coming, you don't know. It's like the fight or flight reaction, adrenaline. You don't know whether you're gonna miss or whether they're gonna block it or what you're gonna do. Um, uh, I think this is a good opportunity to develop your fear in a sense, meaning getting your shot off, developing your ability to think quickly, which is suitable because obviously the focus is shooting, but also shooting under pressure and out of your comfort zone. It's quite practical because there's running involved. However, maybe we could add a teammate or a couple of players to make it more resemblant of a real game, and that could possibly make it better. Um, the fourth practice says you have one person on the baseline that passes to a team of two participants on the court. Between two of you, you must pass the ball at least two times to each other before you can try to shoot and score. There is a defender to block you and force you into decisions. You have 5 seconds to release it before you lose the chance. The coaching point says make sure you're ready to receive the pass. Knees must always be bent for movement and passing. Be aware of your surroundings. To shoot, make a tee with your hands behind the ball, shooting hand behind and under the ball, support hand beside, and jump and release at the same time. This is also a 15-minute exercise, which is a good exercise because it is one of the major exercises in the session. This is very practical because in a game, um, when you have the ball, you have the advantage. Therefore, you have two participants on the court, and you will have one defender, which is kind of what it feels like in a basketball game because as long as you have the ball, you have the extra man, you have the advantage, and you dictate the play. So you're in control. Um, I like the fact that you have 5 seconds to release the ball because in a basketball game it moves very quickly, it's very intense. So um, although in training the consequences you lose the ball, in a real basketball game you could concede points or you could lose the possession and then you're under control, which means you react instead of act. Um, to make this more interesting, you could apply the 5 second rule to shooting also because the focus is on shooting, so we could divert the attention more. However, this exercise is still very suitable because you're promoting teamwork while also trying to get players to shoot and get more confident in the scoring. And I believe it's quite effective also because of this. The final practice or game is a full game with normal basketball rules with the emphasis on shooting and trying different shots. The point of this is to test your knowledge and what you've learned in the session and whether you've progressed or not. This is the longest durable exercise, 15 to 20 minutes. After this is a cool down with stretches, preferably static. The game is a good idea, obviously, brushing off the hard work and having a bit more fun while also still trying to put into practice what you've learned over the session. hopefully you'll be scoring more points or at least attempting at this point, and you're using the coaching points and all the techniques that you've learned in the previous four practices and putting them to practice in a game situation.